As I handed my father his 50th birthday card, he looked at me and tears welled up in his eyes. "Son," he said, "one would have been enough." This is Across the Table, the podcast of Hannibal the Magician. Well, hi there and welcome, and thank you, as always, for tuning in to listen to me ramble just a little bit more. I've been searching the past couple of weeks, looking for directions, looking for a renewal to my path, a way to light it up a little brighter, and to not approach the world in the bitterness that it has handed me, and many of my friends and family and loved ones. In return, to meet the bitter with sweet, to not shy from the truth, but also to not bludgeon the people that consider themselves on the opposite side of me. We are all in the same storm, though we may all be in same boats. Today, my loved ones, my friends, today is day number 199 in my little cell, in my beautiful little space in the world that I love so dearly. And I look around and I see pictures of people that love me, and I see art that I have collected in many different forms, and I see books that I love and that I read, and I see art that I have made, and I see the potential for other art that I am currently working on, and I see that my hands have a duty and a place, and I feel my gift within me, and it all started about a week ago, week and a half, maybe a little bit more. Time, as many of you have figured out, has become strange. But in a moment of whimsy, I posted a quote by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on my Facebook page. "Know your role and shut your mouth." And it really was just because I had happened upon a commercial with him in it, and I remembered watching him as a wrestler and watching his rise and his mastery of the game and everything that he became to be, and his career following it. And I've been a fan. And it just popped into my mind, and as most things that I put on Facebook, just in a moment of, hey, that was a cool thing, let me post that. And I put it up, and I've been wrestling with the idea of social media and what it means, and whether it is harmful or helpful, or if there's a way that it even could be helpful, and what how I would use that machine in the path that I'm walking. And when I posted "Know Your Role and Shut Your Mouth," I was met with a lot of fellow whimsical people who recognized where the quote came from and sent me pictures and sent me gifts and joked right along with me. And then I got this. Someone I've known for a while, I'm going to say a casual acquaintance, someone I've spent a little bit of time with, and someone who has became a fan or loved what I did, or I said something that spoke to them in some way, and I got this message, public message: "What's your role, Hannibal? I ask as a heart that once sat broken across from you as you shared the wonderments of your craft with soldiers in similar situations of my own that led all of our paths to you. I ask as someone who considers you a friend and a magical gift to this world, what's your role? It seems to me that someone with such talents as yours, such wonderful gifts to reach people's hearts, is in a position to be a pinnacle of light and healing. These are hard times we are in. Yet I continue to see a side of you that contradicts the man I met. I see posts that would divide us, comments that are harsh and hurtful. I see pain and hurt that you are going through that should not be directed towards others. The chasm in this country is only widening, and you have a gift that could close it, if even an inch. That's a step towards healing. So I ask you, what's your role? And this made me pause. And a couple of people chimed in in defense of my character and who I was, and I appreciate that. But I'm not saying that what the gentleman said didn't have some truth in it. And am I guilty of spreading discord, and am I guilty of spreading divisiveness, and what is my role? Who do I see myself as? What is it that I hang my hat on, I guess, is the thing. What is my role in this world? Well, I've long contended that my gift, I'm going to start there, that my gift is my speech, the way I talk, the way I present things. I found magic as a vehicle very, very late in life. You know, most magicians start off as teenagers or younger even, and I didn't discover mine until my late 20s. I never did one magic trick before my 26th year. And so I came into it with my main platform being the story and how to illustrate the story through sleight of hand and card tricks and musings. And so I paused. It gave me a moment to pause and think and wonder, what is my role? I consulted my friends and some mentors. I examined my own heart and my soul, as well as the gift that's been put into me. I threw it out to the social media. I asked point blank, what is my role in your life? And I got all kinds of varying answers and some challenges as to my motives for even asking the question. But the overwhelming thing that people came back to me was that I inspire them, that I have, that my life, the way I live it, and the openness with which I display my heart is an inspiration to people. And I'm going to tell you that is a very tough role to be put into. It is a very tough, especially in that I am not acting this out. I live my life exactly the way I live it, and the guy on stage is as real or perhaps even more real than the guy you see off the stage. Off the stage, I'm very introspective and introverted, and I'm not quite the bold, dynamic character that is up on the stage. Both of them are true. Both of them are accurate, and both of them speak from a heart of truth and one that seeks to be healing rather than divisive. But to quote the Alexander Hamilton musical, I would much rather be divisive than indecisive. And sometimes love has to speak up. My gift is my voice, my ability to communicate. Not card tricks, not magic, voice. My responsibility to that gift is to hone it and use it in a way that I feel is pleasing to the giver. My role there, then, and therefore, is I am a storyteller. Derek Delgadio had a brilliant play of magic that opened in L.A. and concluded in New York and was directed by Frank Oz and told a beautiful, moving, uplifting, galvanizing story. And part of his act, part of the show that he presented, was for each audience member to choose who they were from a large board of thousands of choices. They all read "I am," and then underneath was a description. I am an addict. I am a clown. I am a father. I am, what is your role? Who do you see yourself as? And in the 3 times that I got to see the show, I chose I am a storyteller. That's my role. I am a storyteller. The story is my gift. The story comes to me. I craft it, I hone it, I polish it, and I present it. Sometimes the story is gay and happy and life-giving and inspiring and uplifting, and sometimes the story is sad or angry, because sometimes life is sad and angry. I tell the story the way that it is written, the way that I have experienced it, the way that I have lived it. I tell the truth in my story. I reveal my heart demonstrably in the service of the giver of my life and my gift. The giver and my master is love. Love sometimes has to stand up for justice. Love must sometimes raise its voice against tyranny and oppression. Love must stand in the gaps of division and insist on truth. I have been given a voice, and I do my best to raise my voice for love, and that's my role. I understand your concern. I understand that my points of view will not always match up with yours, that my values, my beliefs, my faith may be completely different from yours. That doesn't make my story any less true. That doesn't make my truth any less pointed. That doesn't make my love in any way diminished. Perhaps I have been too angry. Perhaps I have been too quick to lash back or to respond without first stopping and thinking and loving and trying to respond in an air of kindness. I'm not saying that I'm going to stop standing up for where I see oppression happening. Quite the opposite. I'm going to continue to stand in the gap. I'm going to continue to plant my feet and raise my voice. I'm going to continue to tell the story exactly the way that I see it. I'm going to continue to love and to attempt to be kind. I have been given a voice, and I will do my best to raise the voice for love, and that is my role. But I will not, and I cannot shut my mouth. I sincerely hope that there is love where you are.
I may not know exactly where this road is taking me, but I know that I'm exactly right where I'm supposed to be. The journey is long, full of joy and pain, but as long as you're smiling, I'll stand in the rain. I've got nothing left to give other than love. But the funny thing about that is, love is everything. I hope there is love where you are. I hope there is love where you are. I may be a liar full of tricks, but if you'd open up your eyes, you would see nothing but the truth behind all of my lies. I broke every rule, and I bore every boulder, and I carried the weight of the world on my shoulders, and I've got nothing left to give other than love. But the funny thing about that is, love is everything. I hope there is love where you are. I hope disappear and call it art. But without heart, you've got nothing but illusion. Anyone can wave a wand and make all their heartache disappear and call it art. But without heart, you've got nothing but illusion. I hope there is love where you are. I hope there is love where you are. I hope there is love where you are. I hope there is love where you are, my friend.
Chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. Bye.